Hello, this is Mr. Michelson, and I teach Trig and Algebra 1 this year here at Evanston. So I'm going to do this problem, and let's see, the goal here is to determine the rule for raising a fraction to an exponent. So eventually we're going to come up with this rule. We've got a over b, the quantity to the m power, and we would like to sort of figure out like what is the rule for that. So I'm going to go ahead and actually start with some of these problems down here, and hopefully the rule will become pretty obvious after we do this for a quick minute. All right, well, let's see. So 4 over 2 to the third power. Well, I guess there'd be a couple different ways you could think about this if you wanted to. So in general, to raise something to the third power, that means you're going to take that thing times itself 3 times. So it would be 4 over 2 times 4 over 2 times 4 over 2. Now, let me come over here and do what any sensible person would do. And I think a sensible person would probably realize that 4 divided by 2 is in fact 2. So that this problem, which is asking you to do 4 over 2 cubed, is simply asking you to do 2 cubed, which of course, as we all know, I hope, is just 2 times 2 times 2, which is of course 8. Alright, well, let's say for a minute though that we aren't a sensible person, and we're going to do this as 4 over 2 times 4 over 2 times 4 over 2. Well, hopefully we remember how to multiply fractions, so that just means we're going to multiply all these numerators. So 4 times 4 is 16, times 4 again is 64, and then we're going to multiply these denominators, and 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. And at the end, if we go ahead and simplify this, we get 64/8, or that would be, of course, just 8. So it's worth noting that we did get the same thing doing it either way. So anyway, that was 4 over 2 cubed. Let's keep going here. We've got 9 over 3 cubed. And instead of even spending the time to do this one like a sensible person, I'm just going to do it like a non-sensible person and write 9 over 3 times 9 over 3. And again, multiplying the numerators gives us 81. Multiplying the denominators gives us 9. And 81 divided by 9 is 9. Okay, well, if it hasn't become obvious yet, it seems to me that if we have something divided by something raised to a power, and we write it out the long way like we did in both of these problems, really what you end up with in this numerator is just the numerator to that power. So in this problem we had 4 over 2, the quantity cubed, and the numerator ends up just being 4 cubed. The denominator just ended up being 2 cubed. So I think it's a safe bet to say that if you have a over b, the quantity to a power, you could rewrite that as a to that power over b to that same power. So using that, we can finish off these last 2 problems, and hopefully it won't be terrible. Let's see, we've got 1/2 cubed. If we wanted to, we could write this one out the long way, but let's not. Let's just write it as 1 cubed, let me get rid of that parenthesis, over 2 cubed. Alright, well, 1 cubed is 1 times 1 times 1, which is 1, and 2 cubed is 8, so it's just 1/8, and you're done. And this last one then is x over 2, the quantity cubed, and again, all you have to do is rewrite it with that exponent going with both the numerator and the denominator. So we've got x to the third power over 2 to the third power, which will end up simplifying to x cubed over 8. So just to bring it back real quick, the moral of the story here is that if you have something divided by something else, and you are trying to raise that entire quantity to a power, you can simply raise the numerator to that power and the denominator to that power, and you will have an equivalent expression. All right, I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks.